Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the platform. We're the platform. It's 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 the platform. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the platform, the dopest game podcast on the internet right now. And you know what? You guys already know what we do. Let's get right into it. We always do our introductions from left to right. Hopefully, Austin have his shit unmuted. Go ahead, Austin. Introduce yourself and tell us what you play.
I'm Austin, and I'm back on Witcher 3 now. Finally took that off the back burner.
Love The Witcher.
Good
Okay,
game.
all right. Yeah, love it. All right. Next up is Terry. Go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
Hey everybody, it's Cool Cat Terry. I've been tackling some Mass Effect 2, going back to that, and I also started Uncharted 4 finally.
Uncharted 4, that's a masterpiece, but I heard you hated it for a second.
Oh,
right?
I can't. I don't like it at all.
Ooh, triggered. All right. Next up, we got the real one, Eddie. Go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
What's up? This is Eddie here. I was playing some daggone Ghost Recon, but I had to come to fucking work.
Ooh. He said the salt is real. Salt Bay is real. All right. Next up, we got Eugene. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you did with Street Fighter.
What's good, everybody? It's Eugene. Right now, I'm not playing Street Fighter. I decided to put that down for a little bit, so I'm picking up some of my games on backlog. So right now, I'm working on getting that plat in Middle Earth Shallow Motor. Every time I go back to that game, I feel like I'm playing that game for the first time.
Man, it's so good, dude. That's one of my favorite games, dude. For sure.
They say it's the shit on the pro.
Yo, when I beat it, yo, I'm gonna feel so bad when I beat it, yo, because it's gonna be over. But thank God I got all the DLC.
That weather effects, dude. That hail. That's just
See, that's a game done right.
Absolutely, and it should have received more press than it did, even though it won some game of year, but it just didn't deserve it. It didn't get the press that it deserved. All right.
It was poorly advertised. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I get my winded. Sorry.
That's all right. What's up, Big Mike? Introduce yourself. Tell us what you're playing.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Mike here. I've been playing the beta to Tom Clancy's Wildlands.
All right. Ghost Recon. Yeah, me too. A little bit for what I could play. All right. Next up, we got Preston, the troll without the hair and the jewel in his stomach. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you're playing.
Yo, it's Preston. I'm trying to download Bloodborne so I can go back and play that.
Bloodborne. Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? My name is Danny, and I am playing Ghost Recon Wildlands 2. I'm playing. I got into it a little bit to test it out and see what was going on, and I got my impressions of it. But we could talk about that. That's part of our segment, so we could talk about that a little later. What I do want to talk about, we all know, Horizon Zero Dawn. The reviews came out, and it's actually wonderful. Everybody was saying that the open world is like amazing. The combat is very fluid. Hell, they said the graphics is like unparalleled. Like they did some voodoo magic and got some shit to look really, really, really good. So what do you guys think? I mean, have you guys checked out the reviews, Preston? What you think?
Well, I always thought it looked great. So I mean, the reviews were no surprise to me.
Was there anything, did you see a review that kind of like ripped it up, or was it all like general across the board it was dope?
Well, there's only like 2 reviews that were below an 8, and one of those was like a 5 out of 10.
Damn, which one was a 5 out of 10?
Something like US Gamer or Us Gamer. I don't know who they are.
She was 2.5 out of 5, and her review was just, it was ridiculous. I went and read that review.
2.5 out of 5?
It feels like that that Washington Post again from last year.
It's like it was serious clickbait because every issue she had with it was like ridiculous, right? Like it was like,
right.
are you serious? Like, are you really fucking serious?
Everything that person hated, everyone else was praising. But I mean, it's an
like,
opinion.
I hate the
so.
fluid combat. I hate the graphics. It's so beautiful. It's garbage. It's like, what the fuck is you talking about, bitch? You want some other shit?
Somebody said that?
No, they didn't say the graphics look bad. I mean, if they said that, then you know they were trolling.
Yeah, but you know they can't take them motherfuckers seriously.
Because everyone who reviewed it said it's the best looking game on console right now.
Out of like 81 reviews, it was only like 2 or 3 that was below one below 50. Where one was 50 and the other 2 was 7.
Yeah, one was like a 7.5 and one was a 7.
Okay. All right. So it looks like across the board, it's just, it's one of those games that caught people by surprise. I know Tony Polanco, he had an advanced review copy, and he was going like through all the things that he was experiencing, and he kept saying that it got better like every day. Like the deeper he delved into like the open world, it just got better and better, and more things and more questions and more answers and shit.
He said it was better than Uncharted 4.
Yeah, he said it was better than Uncharted 4. But you probably agree with that, Terry. Fuck Uncharted.
I do.
4, right?
I'm sure he actually gets to play that game.
That's true. You said it's like all cutscenes, but you know what? I think they said the cutscenes were amazing in this too. Like
they're not. The story is boring as crap. I couldn't give 2 craps about his damn brother that all of a sudden managed to, come into a prequel at the beginning of the damn game. It's like, why would they wait until the 4th game to introduce? Oh, guess what? He had a brother that he thought died. Like, why would they wait that long to drop that bomb?
Because the writer, they changed up writers. It was Amy Hennig that was first writing the story. Mm-hmm. But then she left and she went to do a Star Wars game for EA, and the Neil Druckmann and his team took over on Uncharted 4, and they just went ahead and did their own thing with it. So that's why it all got changed.
It shows because I really liked the first 3, and this one I'm not liking the story at all. The previous 3 you had that really funny, playful banter between all the characters. This one, I haven't laughed once. I mean, they try to make comical little quips with each other, but it's just not funny. They're trying too hard. And the story just sucks.
I think they said that, Tony Polanco was saying that just with that, the dialogue, he was comparing a lot to Uncharted. He was saying, even the dialogue is amazing, too, compared to, Uncharted. Because, I guess, Uncharted has that, the dialogue is what really sells it, too, because it pulls you into the action. He said that's, literally the same thing with Horizon. That, you're playing, and then you hear these little quips and interactions with each of the characters. He said he was just blown away. I think IGN too. IGN said that when they started doing I guess a photo mode is implanted in the game as well, and they started doing screenshots, and they posted that shit on IGN, and those screenshots. I as a PC guy, I give it up to the developers for doing what they did. I felt that same way about Grand Theft Auto, and what they pulled off and shit. And Horizon just looks amazing.
Just think who's using that engine right now.
And you know what they said? That was the engine from what was the name of that?
Decimal Killzone.
Killzone, yeah.
Killzone's
engine
gorgeous,
is capable as fuck. Wow.
If you've ever played Killzone, the new one, it actually is one of the best looking games this gen. It's just a lot of people just didn't care for the game.
Damn. Yeah, I heard that Killzone's graphics was pretty amazing.
Now, another thing that Tony Polanco said also, and he said he was going to put Bethesda on the spot, was when you got games that are coming like this with cutscenes and, them with lip syncing right on the point, why can't, Bethesda come out with games like this now? And they've been
engine's a piece of shit.
And they've been around for a while.
You know what, that is kind of, even look at The Witcher. I would definitely make comparisons between The Witcher and Skyrim. You know what I'm saying? Just because, it's kind of like that open world sword, horse, horseback type of warrior type setting. And and it's a giant open world. It's like caves and shit like that. So there's definitely a lot of similarities. But he's right.
But
Bethesda, you could step it up a little bit.
Check this out.
Even Witcher 3 had a lot of performance issues on consoles when it first launched.
Yeah,
okay, check this out, though. Look, check this out. Digital Foundry said that Gorilla was able to achieve 2160p with checkerboard. Now, I don't care what nobody says. 2160p is 4K, right or wrong?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's native 4K. Period. That's 2160. It's hitting it like it's supposed to. That's not 1440 or anything below 2160.
Yeah, 2160 that's definitely that end of 4K.
That's 4K. So when the Scorpio comes out and this sparse rendering hits 2160p on some games, I don't want to hear that's native and stuff, because there's a lot of haters out there right now saying, oh, no, that's checkerboard, and you can't count that. And I'm
it's also an exclusive. Exclusives know how to work the hardware better. That's
Absolutely.
why all Xbox exclusives should be native 4K, and they've already said it's going to be native 4K.
Yeah, I mean, look at Nintendo. I mean, all of their shit has always been better than what was offered for the system. I mean, look at, you even go like Wii U and shit. You look at like Mario and how good it actually runs 60 frames per second, 1080p. It's like, okay, but then no other game is doing that on the system other than them first parties.
Remember, they said the Switch was supposed to be 900p when it's in the dock. But then, I don't know if the games is going to reach it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to upscale. But when they did what I think it was Digital Foundry and Eurogamer, they did an unboxing of the Switch, and when they cut it on and everything, it had a setting for 1080p. Now,
it has 1080p, yeah.
No, when it's docked, the Switch can do 1080p.
It can do
Mario Kart's 1080p.
Yeah, Mario Kart's 1080. See, it's all about first party too, like you said. It's Nintendo's thing, so they know how to work their own system and how to pull that power. And like even Legend of Zelda, when they originally said 900p, when they ran that with Legend of Zelda, it was running at 1080p, and I think it was hovering between 30 and 40 frames, which is great. I mean, that's kind of what you look for now. Our TVs are supporting it. It's just
Zelda's 720p undocked and 900p docked.
Yeah,
but
I saw 1080. They said that it does scale up to 1080.
But I mean, it's scaling they said it scales up to 900p.
To be fair though, Nintendo's the only one who makes Nintendo games.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Yeah, so.
And they look completely different than everyone else's games.
Oh yeah.
And they always run so much better than everything else too. You get those high frame rates from them, and then a third party comes along and it's like, okay, well that shit's not optimal like everything else. But PlayStation pulled off a feat with Horizon though. I think they've reached a plateau. Like now, I'm like ready to see God of War. Like. Because God of War's always set that standard too of like fucking graphic fidelity and like just all around physics and shit like that. So I'm like hyped for that. Like if Sony's pushing shit out like that, I damn near everybody get one sooner than I said. I said I would get one when God of War came out, but Horizon is definitely making me want to get that motherfucker.
I'm holding you to that. It's tax income check there, Danny. Go ahead and cash it in, brother.
Boy, I'm gonna cash it in. You already know I'm gonna cash it in.
There's only 2 games.
I'm gonna cash it in.
Man, don't say that shit. Don't play that shit, man.
Yeah, man, I'm tired of hearing that trash, man.
See, I think there's only 3 Sony games that can actually probably beat Horizon. That'd be Last of Us 2, or Death Stranding, or if they make another game on that engine. Death Stranding's running on that engine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Kojima already done got his eyes set on damn Horizon. You know how he did with Metal Gear Solid 5 and GTA 5, how he was like, oh, GTA 5 look good and everything. I just hope I can make my game look just as good. Well, Metal Gear 5 blew GTA 5 visual out the water. Now we're going to see what if he's the serious mad genius or not with Death Stranding, because he's looking at Horizon and he is like fucking damn thrilled. So
yeah,
he
you know it.
you know he get ready to bring some heat.
Yeah, they're modifying that engine right now. Kojima Productions and Guerrilla, they're working together to make the engine better.
No, man, that's gonna be sick, dude. So you know the optimization is gonna be like unfucking real, dude. If they're working together on that, that's gonna be amazing.
And the thing to remember is, while Sony owns Guerrilla Games, the engine itself is owned by Guerrilla. So if Guerrilla ever gets sold off, they keep the engine,
which is great.
See, you gotta love deals like how Sony be making deals like that. Cause they, you know what I'm saying, they know they're taking care of their studio. They know their studios put in hard work. They learned from what was it, Simonac, who made the 3 Resistance games, and then they wanted to, you know what I'm saying, break off and shit, but they couldn't take their IPs. But now, you know what I'm saying, it seems like all the developers, you know what I'm saying, some of the IPs Sony keep like the Order 1886. We hope they'll do something with that.
If they expanded that game, it could be pretty dope. They just need to expand it some.
Yeah, they need to go back to the drawing board, to be honest. Not with the graphics or anything like that. The graphics and the characters and the voice work, that was perfect.
I thought the gameplay was good. It just there wasn't a lot of it.
The gameplay was good. It was just the story. You fought the same end boss twice. That was
that's terrible.
I hated that with a passion. That was so disappointing.
You know what? They said that you don't get that type of problem with Horizon though. Like they said, the bosses are like, I guess, varied, and there's some surprise, wildlife that they haven't talked about that you will encounter in the game and shit like that. So, I think they really went far above and beyond to, to try to prove a point that games can still be like beautiful and fucking dope. You don't have to have a trade off.
Yeah,
so Horizon is RPG, right?
It's RPG.
It's RPG. Action, open world,
it's like The Witcher.
Third person
it's like
brawler.
The Witcher.
But they did say it's a lot deeper than they thought it was as an RPG. So,
but check this out. Okay, you got Guerrilla Games, and then you got CD Projekt Red. And CD Projekt Red put out, The Witcher 3.
Witcher 3 is so good. Yes,
a great game. Now, don't get it twisted. Which did the DLC correct. All the little bullshit you got for free. You did that extra content, which was like 2 different games.
It was like 100 more hours and shit.
Yeah, and it was great. This game looked beautiful, especially after certain updates. Now, which 2 companies would you consider was like the best of their craft? No, let me throw some bullshit in there. Naughty Dog, CD Projekt Red, and Guerrilla Games.
I would say I would go with CD Projekt Red, and the reason why I say this is because, just like you mentioned, Eddie, they don't treat the customer like we're fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like they make a beautiful game while still staying grounded, and that kind of just goes into the game itself. All that staying grounded and paying attention to the craft instead of the money. Look what the game turned out. I mean, Austin, you're playing The Witcher 3 right now. Like, that's a game that you knew you had to go back to. And, that product that they did is so amazing. And they got another game coming out, too. I think it's called Cyberpunk. You already know it's like a day one. It's supposed to be an open world RPG, but like, set in a future cyberpunk style setting. It's like day one for me. Anything CD Projekt Red come out, it's like I fully support it, just like Rockstar. But I think out of those, I would go CD Projekt Red. That's my choice. What you, Preston?
I'm more of a Naughty Dog type guy. I like the way they do their games.
So Naughty Dog. So if anything Naughty Dog announces, it's like you already know.
Yeah, I liked Witcher, but I mean, Witcher 3 is one game. I mean, Witcher 2 and 1 were not bad. Yeah, I mean, but that's about it. I would like to see what they can do besides that.
Well, they got Cyberpunk coming out.
Naughty Dog has 4 classic series going now. They Crash Bandicoot, Then they went off to Jack and Dexter, which is a classic series now.
Absolutely.
And then they went to Uncharted, which Uncharted's considered a classic series now.
Yes.
Then you got Last of Us.
What about you, Sarah?
It's tough. I agree with Preston. Naughty Dog's got some, quality games on their list or whatever they do. But I don't know. That Cyberpunk game though too. I'm super hyped for that. I think that looks so amazing. I love like science fictiony stuff, and being in the future and like high tech. That's me. I love that stuff. So
it's like CD Projekt Red.
We don't know anything about we don't know anything about it. We don't know if it's going to be good or not. So I'm hopeful it's going to be amazing. But we haven't seen anything on it yet. It's too early in the project.
Yeah, we've seen a CGI trailer, and that's pretty much it.
So we don't know anything about it.
It's one of those things where it's like, as soon as you say CD Projekt Red, open world RPG, science fiction, you already sign up just because of the developer's pedigree. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Rockstar, it's just like Naughty Dog. Like Naughty Dog say they're coming out with an open world brawler. You're instantly gonna go, that's day one, period, because you already know the quality that's coming with it.
Yeah, Naughty Dog's got great quality stuff, but like for me, when it comes to a dev team, it's BioWare. It doesn't matter what BioWare's gonna make. If they're gonna make a game, I know mine. BioWare is my.
That is a good pick. Yeah.
BioWare is mine. If they make a game, I'm going to buy BioWare. It's hands down.
I'm not the biggest BioWare fan, but I was about to bring them up until Terry did. A lot of people love their games.
Absolutely. BioWare put out some good shit.
For me, I'll have to say Gears of War. Anytime anything is brought about Gears of War, I'm already hands down ready to buy day one.
So you like Microsoft Studios? So you like isn't that Microsoft Studios? Coalition. Yeah, Coalition.
You started it, and then now Coalition has it now, or something.
So Coalition has everything. As soon as they say Coalition shooter, you're like day one, Mike.
It's the only reason why I even have my Xbox mainly is for Gears of War.
See, what else have they done though? What else have they done?
After Gears of War 4. After Gears of War 4, I'm not hyped for any.
I'm not trying to throw hate the Xbox. I like the Xbox brand, but that's the main reason why I have the Xbox.
That's the reason why a lot of people have it.
Don't you got a PC though, Mike?
I have a laptop. I play some games. I play some games on.
Yeah, no.
I play some games on PC.
He plays like those low quality,
Facebook
Steam
games and shit. He starts sending out invites.
God damn.
You already know Terry. He's like, he poked Terry. Then he sent Terry invites to Casino Royale, and then fucking that's all he's doing.
No, I've been the last PC game I've actually played that Terry sent me. Well, not sent me. She told me to try out, and it runs, but not really super smooth. Is Heavy Metal. It's a great game.
Heavy Metal Machines.
Yeah, Heavy Metal. Yeah, but your potato ain't gonna run it though.
it's like Twisted. It's like Twisted Metal and Rocket League on crack.
Shit. Hold on, hey, Mike. Look, I want to get that sound bite out. But it's also what are they sipping on, Mike?
Sipping on some scissors. Sipping on some scissors. That's what they were doing when they made that game, Heavy Metal Machines.
Sipping on some scissors.
Wow.
So, who's besides
Gene over there? Wow.
Besides me and Preston, who's getting Horizon? Day one.
I already got it pre-ordered.
Yep. I already got it because me and Terry Game Share.
Deluxe edition already pre-ordered. Like,
woo! The one was just the steel case or the statue in the steel case?
Digital.
Oh, digital.
Oh, digital. Okay. All right. You went digital. Do you usually go digital, Terry, for all your PS4 purchases now?
No, actually, I go all digital for Xbox. PlayStation, I always go case, but this one I went digital because Mike and I share, and so he bought Resident Evil 7, so I had to buy a game, so that was the one I picked.
Oh shit! You got that? Oh, Mike, she looked you up. That's another game.
I said me and her game share.
We share games, so I got him Horizon. What did he get me? Power Rangers.
Oh,
that's messed up.
I think you have a Resident Evil though, also.
That's fucked up, Mike. How dare you, man? Really?
Yeah, what's good?
I also plan on buying Major League Baseball 17 to show.
She's not gonna play that.
You buy that, Mike? Oh my god, that game's so good.
Like I said, I haven't.
Like, you don't even know. You haven't played like a legit baseball game in ages because they don't make them on anything outside of Sony anymore.
Xbox sucks for baseball games, and you know it.
Everybody sucks for baseball games.
Yo, EA
Sony's the only one that has a quality baseball game because 2K dropped it.
I got some dope ones on my phone. Shit, I got some dope
ones. You can't get a decent MLB game anywhere outside of Sony. So
why?
Because they own the rights.
Exactly,
yeah,
and the show owns the rights to everything.
They pulled the EA, just like, EA with the rights to
freaking Madden BS. Oh,
I'm tired of
I'm not a Madden fan. I'm not.
I was saying, it's just like Madden. Madden's pulled the rights on everybody. Nobody is allowed to make a football game like NFL football game.
The day they did that and it's like, oh, Madden, and I can no longer have my NFL game day, I said, screw you, Madden.
Yo, remember NFL game day when you could hit somebody and lightning strike the motherfucking screen and shit? Y'all don't go that far like do.
Game day was my all-time favorite football game outside of Blitz. Okay,
I was just about to say, Terry, NFL Blitz was hands down my
Blitz
favorite.
Was so good.
I love Blitz.
Yeah, I get you on your podcast.
Oh my gosh, played that on the 64 and the arcade. It was great. And then Madden, ruined my childhood. So screw you, Madden.
I know.
I don't buy any of them. I have not bought a single Madden game, not a single one.
God damn.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Hey, Eugene,
I gotta have another one bites the dust. I need that one.
Finish up your backlog.
Hold on. I know Perry said Blitz. Blitz is good. I liked it. I loved it. Played it on arcade. But another good one was NFL Street.
I didn't like Street that much. Street was kind of...
No.
Yeah, I
liked NBA Street, but not...
NBA Street was the shit, but I didn't like NFL Street.
Oh, I loved NFL Street where you can bounce the football off the walls and rub beside the walls. That was amazing and fun.
The NFL Blitz was like, even though I tackled you and the ball is over, I can still pick you up and give you a fucking backdrop. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit I like.
You should go play some Blood Bowl, and you might like that.
No, I'm waiting for...
Mutant League.
I remember Mutant League.
I was going to wait for Mutant League. I was going to say, Dual Shockers... They just covered it. They said they are bringing Mutant League back. The developer is.
Let's see how old everybody is in here. Y'all remember Super High Impact?
I do.
Oh, shit. Me and motherfucking Mike's age is showing.
I ain't never played it, but I remember it.
It was the first one that had like a football game that was like fighting and shit too. It was like, it even like stopped the game and then like both teams would fight it out like Street Fighter and shit, and then the game would come back.
Back then, when nothing touching Blades of Steel.
Blades of Steel, Blades of Steel is zoomed in and shit. Hell yeah! But your age showing too, Eddie.
Hey,
I see those grades on your head, Eddie.
Hey, that's why you know what I'm saying, we be in certain Facebook groups, nobody can really say shit to me, and I be talking pure shit.
Yeah, man, it's like you can't tell a veteran nothing. Fuck that.
I knew where you were going with this, Eddie, when you said a bunch of haters. I knew you were going with this. That's why I didn't name the group, but I knew where you're going with this group.
Yeah.
Say, fuck it, we can name drop. We can name drop now. If you want to name drop a motherfucking name.
Oh, Bang Bang was ready to burn me.
That's what I'm talking about. It's burning him at the stake. I saw that shit.
They're ready to burn
me and Eddie at the stake.
Yo, you know it's bad. You know it's bad when these motherfuckers ain't got shit to play, so they start casting out their own members.
I know. It's just like
that was awesome. Did you see that shit, Danny?
Yeah, dude, that's unreal, man.
When he cast out Kirk the Rooster.
This dude literally left. He just left.
Oh, shit.
But as you see though, Eddie, that boy Yathedal, he actually posted his gamer score up with his name because that's as far as you're going to get.
Oh shit!
Big bunch of games.
All right. Anyway, Horizon Day 1.
Yes,
of course. Yes.
Okay. All right. All
I
right.
get
What about
that
you,
mad.
Eugene?
Yeah,
You gonna
Eugene, you
smash it
getting
up,
it?
Eugene?
Hold on. You know Eugene ain't gonna buy day one. He don't buy anything day one.
Eugene, you here? Are you getting it?
Eugene, wake up.
Is that
Yeah, I'm
motherfucker?
not.
Dipping on some scissors.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna get Horizon day one, but I will eventually get it. I'm not like a huge hurry to get that game, but I will get it if everybody says it's great.
Okay, now let
That's
me
good
ask
enough.
you, since you're the one that said you're not getting it, is there something that's holding you back? Like when you look at the game, is there something that makes you go, I'll wait? What is it?
Well, I just never played that type of game before, so I gotta see everybody's thoughts, opinions, see a couple gameplay videos, and I just want to make sure my $60 I'm not gonna be disappointed. Because
Right.
what one person may like, the other may not like it.
That's true.
That's
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 true.
a
So
smart
what? Now,
consumer
have you
behavior.
played any type of like open world games like that, like Witcher or Fallout or something? Skyrim? Eugene?
No, but
Oh, okay.
I am interested in getting either Bloodborne or the other game.
Okay, so
Dark
third
Souls.
person like action games, action adventure games, you don't really get too many of them. You don't really play too many of those.
Nah. It gotta be something that's highly rated, highly recognized in the community for me to pick it up. Like when Watch
Okay.
Dogs 2 got that huge reception across the game community, boom, day one, I bought it eventually.
Okay.
Eugene,
Okay.
didn't you say that you did not like Far Cry?
Far Cry is an okay game, but
What?
it's something about it that just makes me not care when I play it.
All right,
I
because
lose interest after I play
when
it.
I see Horizon, to me, it's a lot like Far Cry.
Hold on.
So
What you
Say
said
that again,
again?
Terry.
I'll have to actually play it to see how it plays. But it just by looking at it, that's what it kind of reminds me of.
Like a third person Far Cry.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If Far Cry was in third person perspective, I would play it. But
I was still,
can't-
yeah, I loved it either way.
I can't play a big bunch of first person perspective games. It's just I need to see my character.
Yeah, that's my problem.
So I like seeing that.
Like
I'm
when
I'm not big on first person. Sorry, there, Eugene. I was gonna say I'm not big on first person, seeing a person's hands and carrying things around and doing quests.
I like having the option. I like it when for RPGs like that when they give you the option, like Fallout, you can go either or. Elder Scrolls either or. Even Mass Effect, you can go one either or.
Yeah.
So it's I like being able to choose when I want to be first person and when I want to be third. So there are moments in these games where first person is actually better, but when you're just running around exploring and stuff, third person's better.
What happens if Horizon was the first person? Would it still be the
I wouldn't
same?
get it.
Ooh, no, I probably wouldn't get
I
it.
wouldn't get it. I wouldn't
I'd
get it.
probably pass.
See, my problem with games like that, right? If the game has a lot of elements where you got to jump from building, platforming, and whatnot, it's best for it to be in third person so you can see exactly what you're doing. And I have to guess what you're doing in the first person game.
Okay.
That's the problem I'm having with Far Cry. I die a lot because I'm just jumping off random stuff, thinking I'm going to jump from one ledge to the next.
So you just have no situational awareness.
Thank you, Austin. Yeah, dude. I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, I love first-person shooters and shit like that. Like Metroid Prime. Remember that? That was an amazing game, and it was like first-person. And still great. It was like an action-adventure game. It was just in first-person. You got games like Rust and stuff like that that are like survival games that are amazing in first-person because it puts you up close to like the action. And I don't know, maybe because I do play on PC a lot, so it's like maybe maneuvering that first person perspective. No, it's not that. It's just maybe mouse, using mouse and keyboard is just better for that perspective.
You disgust me, you PC pet.
Oh!
Exposed.
Whatever, man.
I really don't get the okay, you got people who like consoles and then you got people who like PCs, but you're all playing fucking games. It doesn't matter if somebody's enjoying a better resolution than you are. it
That's
doesn't
the
matter.
fanboy
And they're all
argument.
playing the same game.
Right,
You know?
right.
Yeah, we're all
Like the
playing
game's
the
on, it's like a
same game.
multi-platform game. You're playing the same game, but yet you claim your game's better because it's on a certain platform. It's like it's the same game.
It's the same
yeah.
game, you know. Like when I first saw Battlefield 3 being presented at E3, I was like, "That shit look real as hell, right?" So when I seen like the PlayStation 3 version, I was still excited. I was like, "That shit look good. That shit look fucking real as hell." I didn't give a fuck if the resolution was bumped up a little bit more on PC or not. It all looked good to me. So I mean, I don't get this bullshit, man.
Yeah,
Well,
they all look great. The only difference is PC they end up adding all their mods and their hacks and crap. But other than that, it's still the same game when
It's
you
still
don't
the same
include that
game.
stuff.
It's just
And then a lot of them turned a lot of the settings down just to play it at a better frame rate most times. That's what I hear.
That definitely is a false. But here's the thing. I think what I was referencing was as far as like the mouse movements, because like first person perspective, you really do need to be able to turn around really quick. And you know that it just helps with a mouse because I can zip around and look around my whole environment ultra fast, but like you don't get that same type of control awareness with a controller. And
I disagree with that.
I'm telling you, man, just even being able to do a 360 spin, I can like barely move the mouse and I can go all the way, I can do a full 360 spin. With the controller, I can 360 spin, it's just not at the speed that I prefer. And and some games they have those settings where you can change sensitivity, but it's not the same as like cursor speed. So I think that's what helps as far as me. That's just my opinion. That's why I got more into first-person games because of PC. I wasn't really into them as much like you guys were at all. I was like, fuck that perspective, other than Metroid Prime. I did love that one, but I thought that was the only game that really could do it, well. But when I started doing PC, I started saying, okay, I can actually spin around fast. I can see my whole environment in a first-person perspective using this mouse. And, that's why I started to enjoy those type of games. But, I'm like you guys. I lean more towards third person for sure. I want to see my character. I want to take time to create the character. I want to make it, get the character geared out, dope-ass armor. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you guys on that. It's just I like first-person shit, too. I've come to love it.
It does kind of suck, though, when you're doing games and you create your character and you go and you spend like an hour or something making your character, and then what do? You put a goddamn helmet on.
I know. That's true. It's like you spend like 2 hours on the face alone and shit, get in the game, equip the helmet. And it's like, you missed all that shit. On those type of games, I don't equip the helmets. Like, I usually equip the whole body. Even if I created the body, I'm willing to do that.
You have a feature to hide the helmet. You can have the helmet on to boost your stats, but you don't have to look at it. I love it when they have that feature, but there are games that don't have that feature, and it's like, please, you're making a game where we actually get to pick how we look and give us the hide helmet option, please.
I know, it's, that's true. Now I'm like,
otherwise, there's not even. What's the point? What's the point in us, caring what we look at, like if we can't see our face anyway?
That's true. That's why I'm glad Fallout. Fallout, I think let you do that, right? They let you hide helmet. I can't remember if they did or not.
I don't think so.
Well,
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I was gonna say, I thought you could hide helmet, in that one, but like. I think The Witcher doesn't have helmets. I don't think that game actually has a helmet gear.
No.
That one is just all body armor, legs, arms.
I think it is a helmet. I mean, you don't get no like Witcher helmet, but I think if you like kill an enemy or something, you can wear their helmet. I think.
No,
I can't remember.
You can carry their head on the horse's satchel.
Yeah, that was fucking disgusting. But I like.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, I swapped my heads out. Shit, I swapped them out all the time. I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I want to go with this weird bird head. And I'm like, all right, Medusa's head will work. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
He's over Gal put on his horse and carry that bloody head. Yeah, motherfucker.
The only thing about The Witcher, the only thing about The Witcher to me, it was a great game. Don't get me wrong. It was just some of the boss battles could have been on a bigger scale.
Yes, I thought so too, but I kind of got where they were going. You know, it was more of a lower to the ground battle system instead of, super vertical battling. Something like God of War, where they would have, towering bosses and big vista arenas and shit that they would fight in. I think they were kind of going with a different vibe, but I feel you on that. If the battles were on a super grandiose scale, it would just be like through the roof. So, I'm with you
Yeah.
on that.
But
Because,
see, with
they were
God of
still
War,
good.
but with God of War, when you're doing the battle, it's mostly quick time events. Where
Yeah.
Witcher,
Well,
where Witcher,
but
it's all action. It's hack and slash and spin your
That's
sword
true.
around.
Dodging, blocking. Yeah, for sure.
my thing is they could have put more dragons into it. I mean, I'm not asking for a Skyrim remake, but I mean, like Skyrim to me, The Witcher was looking at everything Bethesda did with Skyrim, and they were like, we're going to do that, but better.
You know
They
what
could
I
have put a
thought did
little
it
bit more
better?
creatures into it.
You know what I thought did it better as far as the Skyrim formula? And that
What's
was
that?
Kingdoms of Amalur. You ever heard
That
of
was a
that?
great game.
Yeah,
That
I heard
game
of
was
that.
a good game.
That game
That was that game that
that was like Skyrim with like God of War combat, and that was just the
look,
fucking shit for real.
I got
Yeah,
it.
I like
got it in,
the artistic way that they did it. I
Yeah,
liked
it was a
The
very
cartoonies a
stylized
little
art
bit.
style. Yeah,
I liked it.
absolutely.
I got if I'm right, I got it in my PS3 digital catalog, but by the time they made it free, I think I already had the PS4, so
So you
I
didn't,
didn't.
but you can still check it out though. You should really check it out though, Eddie. I know it's going kind of backwards, but you know what though, man, you won't be disappointed, dude. It's
You're missing a
like
good game.
Yeah, Amalur is a great game. Just my only gripe with it was too easy. Even on the hardest setting, I felt like I was playing on easy mode. It was just
shit. Well, I
Don't
must suck. 'Cause I was
fucking
getting
lie to me
wrecked by
like
that
that,
elf,
Terry.
dude. I'm like,
Well,
no.
fuck.
Terry,
I
don't
found
lie
that
to me
game
like
to
that.
be a breeze. I just whipped right through that thing with no problem.
Terry,
It was
you
so
trying
easy.
Terry, you
Terry,
trying to make my blood pressure shoot up there. If I go
I
play
know.
this
I'm
game,
like getting triggered
I'll
right
be
now.
pissed off with you.
Terry, we're about to get your stamina. It says pro.
I'm like
It was
triggered,
easy.
full trigger now.
I got bored. I was like, maybe it's just my
What?
character was just strong. I got bored. I was like, I go into a boss fight, a couple hits, and it was dead. And I was like, gosh dang it.
What the fuck? I had a boss fight that lasted
telling you.
15 fucking minutes. I'm like, what?
No, not me.
I am telling you, Daddy, we're going to have to get her a timestamp or a label for her. It says pro gamer. MLG Terry.
Terry, Cool Cat MLG Terry. That's what you have to change your motherfucking name.
I had a lot of fun with it. I did, but I was always disappointed that because it was just too simple. I guess my little
Shit.
rogue was just too strong for her own good because she had like all this poison and everything, and they just gone. Or whatever.
Damn. I'm feeling like I'm a motherfucking asshole. I'm like, I was getting wrecked in that shit. Okay, alright. So let's get on this subject of Nintendo. There was a report that came out about Nintendo having problems with like authenticated Wi-Fi. So like if you're at Starbucks or if you're at anywhere that has that public Wi-Fi, it had trouble connecting to it. So that was like a huge thing. Everybody was like, well, Nintendo's dead behind that shit. Like, if I can't just, connect to Nintendo's Wi-Fi and continue playing the game I want to play, it's over. But Nintendo actually updated everyone, and they said that they're fixing that on the day one patch. Now, I think I mentioned that on the last show, that Nintendo has this plan for this, like, big-ass patch day one, where it will like add shit to the the screen, home screen. You'll have because right now it's like super minimal. Like there's like maybe 3 icons and a blue background and shit. But
You know what's gonna happen with that patch though? They only got 32 gigabytes of memory. They're gonna fuck around and take up half of that shit. Just
what they
for
said
the
it
damn
was,
patch.
they said it was a 1 gig patch.
No, you know what's
Exactly.
gonna happen? What's gonna happen is you're gonna have to buy the new Nintendo router for your Wi-Fi.
Shit.
That's
Hey,
You
what
gotta
they're
put a
gonna do.
friend code as the
You laughing,
password.
but damn. You laughing, but he's serious.
No, I
Man,
think
that's
what you
what
have to
Nintendo
do is
does.
you'll definitely have to get the SD cards. That's for sure. That's definitely a given. You're gonna have to get that expanded memory, or you're not gonna
I
be able
was gonna say, I already
to
heard
download
on
shit, save
DualShockers.
shit.
I was gonna say, I already heard on Dual Shockers there, Danny, that this first patch update that comes for the Switch, you have to buy the SD card because it will not fit.
No way. That patch can't. Well, how big is the internal memory? Like 32 gigs, right?
Right.
There's no way
It's
that
going to
there's
be
a
like
32 gig patch.
It's going to be like 25.3 after you get everything set up. And then you
No
said they're going to
way.
be using one. Yes, it is. They showed that.
Dude, not
The
even
damn,
PlayStation 4 and all of them got 32 gig patches for their system.
no, not a 32 gig patch. I'm saying the internal memory is 32 gigs, but it's already been, like close to 5 gigs being used. Which you throw in that other gig, that's going to be really 5 gigs. So you're not going to have much to play with, and then the games. Let's say the game comes with a day one patch. You're going to need to buy a memory card day one. If
Because
you
I know
don't,
they said,
it's worthless.
they did say that there's a game already, like they tried to get one, and there was a game that was already too big for it. Like it's already, you can't download the shit unless you get an SD card, which is kind of shitty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wish Nintendo would have put more storage in there for sure, at least 250 gig. And give you kind of, some wiggle room and shit. Hell, even at least just 100 gig. Just give me 100 gig. I can get a few games, and then, I can buy the SD cards as I need them and shit.
Yeah, but then Nintendo won't sell you their SD cards.
Absolutely, they went the Apple
room.
route. They're going the fucking Apple route. They like, yeah, we want money. Like, we understand you want games, we want money. So, buy the fucking Nintendo SDs and shit.
Check this out, though. Don't you think Nintendo kind of don't know what the fuck they doing no more? Because they're modeling this system off of mobile gaming. But if you look at the size of the basically hard drives in the phones today, I bought my iPhone 7, and it's at 128 gigabytes. That's a lot of fucking room. I put my entire music collection on my phone and still had 100 gigs left.
Yeah.
So therefore, Nintendo, when they was making this, I don't care how cost efficient you're trying to make it, you got enough money to, just take a bite in the ass every once in a while because you did with the Wii U. Bump that daggone internal memory up because these games are huge. I mean, Sony and Microsoft, they weren't stupid, even though they was like, damn, 500 gigs. It's enough right now, but we're going to have to do better. And they did do better, which they're going to have to do better in the next go around.
Well, you know what it is?
Games are huge.
New president. They have now deals with mobile. You can tell they're on that money train right now. And, that's what it is. Those investors, they want more money. They want more profit. So what do? You section shit out. You make the internal memory low, so you got to buy, like Austin said, the SD Nintendo cards and shit. They limit the network until you can buy a dongle or some shit. And, it's all about the nickel and dime. And I think that's what the new president is about. Like, even him talking about like putting a Pokemon game on the console, before that they knew that was a moneymaker, and but they had their old values. We need to separate things. Mobile has its thing and console has its thing, and we need to keep those two separate. This new president is like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna bring this shit out on this dual system so we can take care of the home market as well as people who want to go mobile. We want to get this money, so we'll cut this shit out. You'll have to get the SD. You'll have to buy the dongle. You'll have to buy extra controllers. You'll have to do this and this and that, this and that. And usually end up spending $1,000 on the motherfucking Switch. And
fuck that.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they do. I mean, it's all they doing is what everybody asked them. Come modern, and then guess what they did? They came super hard with their modern mentality. Make that money, and that's where it is. That's where they're at right now. And it's kind of sad because it's like, people say, well, Nintendo don't know what the fuck they doing. Like Eddie said, yeah, they don't, but they do too. They know that the money is there, and they know that they can get it, and they know people who are fucking stupid is gonna buy that shit, or people who feel like, well, this is the only thing I have, so I gotta buy it. So they kind of force people and put them in a pocket with that.
All right, quick shot thing there, Danny. Right here, I just pulled up the article for you. Says the system update doesn't just hinder online services, but also your ability to use a micro SD card. During our preview impressions, we have not been able to add the SD card, limiting our memory storage to 25.9 gigabytes. So to get this update, it's 25.9 gigabytes. That leaves you.
Damn. No way.
So
Why
you
would they
know
need a 25 gig? That's what website is that? Is that like TMZ.z? What website is that? You know,
it's
what the
no
fuck?
shocker.
The
It's
Onion.
no shocker.
Yeah,
And I read
they
a
got them
lot of it through.
alternative facts.
No, that's not
No,
okay.
Dual Shock is legit.
That site, yeah, that site is because Tony Polanco's the one who told me about that site. He used to write for them. So how you gonna say?
25 gig update. No system has released a 25 gig update. None. There's no. They would be the first system to release an update as big as a fucking game. There's no way. There's no way. I do not believe that. Because that would be dumb. That's like getting rid of all your memory day one. That don't make sense. I just don't believe that.
You're gonna have to buy SD memory. See, it's SD memory cards out there that's up to under 28 gigabytes already.
Some of them go up to about 500 gig. MX DCs, SD cards. Those are like gigantic ones. Yeah, they go up to about 500 or a terabyte. Can't remember.
Let's see. I'm gonna tell you, just like Austin said.
I'll put it in the Google Hangout. You can look at it and read it.
Just like Austin said, they're gonna sell you their own proprietary stuff, and you have that option to buy Nintendo's stuff or someone else's shit. And the thing about it is, you're gonna end up buying somebody else's shit because Nintendo shit is gonna cost too much. They don't know what the fuck they're doing no more.
Look, the general consensus, the people who have done unboxings and shit like that, when they finally really got their hands on it, they actually liked it. They said it was comfortable. It wasn't the easiest as far as carry around, but they did say it was pretty comfortable once you had it in your hands and you're playing it. They said it wasn't all that heavy. Definitely nothing on the main screen right now, but I know the update is going to change that. The 25 gig update. You're right.
Check this out though. It's basically a tablet too. So to shut me up, Nintendo need to have some functions like, what you can do on your actual fucking tablet.
I mean, we know it has touchscreen capabilities. And, right now, everything is so, on the know. We're still waiting. That's one thing Nintendo does that's kind of wrong, Eddie, is that they don't give out too much information. It's like they need to give out more info. I mean, that's the one thing that they still do, I think, is shitty. Just give us the info. Give us all the info, because we already know if people are buying it or not. They already know who they are. You know what I'm saying? They're going to just give us the information so we can make our decision instead of hiding shit. Because everybody's assuming, and and it's hard. And when you assume, look what happened with fucking Microsoft. They fucking blew it. They had 360 was very popular. People were really ready to adopt the fucking Xbox One, and look what happened. That shit came out with bad policies, and people were just like, nope, I'm not fucking with it. So, I think they need to get that info out, because people are still kind of like, I don't know really what it does. Like, what all does it do? It has touchscreen capabilities, but for what? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If it's in a dock, why does it need to be touchscreen? It's just weird shit that people have questions about. There was another issue where I guess the left little joystick had problems. There's a huge delay on the left one specifically. Like, the right one is okay. But that little left joystick is bad. Like, there's a huge delay on it, which is very scary. That got really big too this week, and people were like, well, hold up, fuck, I need to be able to play the game. People were mad they couldn't play 1-2 switch. I'm like, really? You guys are fucking mad about that? You should kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? But people were mad about that. They said they loaded the game up and they tried to get it going, and it was the delay on player 2, and it was just I hope they get that shit fixed too. But I think they mentioned that too in the update. They said that there was a software problem, and they can patch it out too. But that's scary. That is scary when you hear shit like controllers have delay. You know what I'm saying? I think PlayStation had that same thing too. Like, they had the controllers were having like sync issues and shit when it first came out. So it was just like people were just kind of like, what? I need to play my shit. I can't play it if my controller ain't working. So I hope Nintendo gets that shit too fixed. it looks like Preston is gone because I was going to ask him, is he still getting it? But Austin, you're a Nintendo guy too, right?
I don't know. I've kind of lost any love I had for Nintendo a while ago when they stopped caring.
Oh shit! You sound like Terry. Oh god! Y'all must be family, cause you sound like Terry.
There's some people backing out under pre-orders because I called my local GameStop today. He said there's a few available if I want to come up and get one.
Really?
I can't pre-order it. I can't pre-order it because the pre-orders are done. But you can come up here and stand in line when we release it March 3rd.
Shit, you gonna get one? Are you day one?
I don't know yet.
Yes, the fuck you are. You know you are. Look, Terry, you know he's fucking day one.
Don't you dare buy that damn thing.
See, Terry's already done. Don't you dare buy that game there, Michael. I will smack the shit out of you. I will fly down to Pennsylvania.
Either use that money and buy yourself a better computer or get yourself a capture card. I mean, there's so many better things you can do with that money than buy a goddamn Switch.
Mike is like,
Bitch, I might be.
all right. Honestly, I'm coming into some tax fundage, so I may get it. If I could just like find one available, I may get it within the next week or so. It just depends.
You want the PlayStation 4, dude. You want to play that Horizon.
I do want to play Horizon, though, so fucking bad. I do. That shit looks amazing, but, so does Legend of Zelda. I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. And it's calling me. I know Preston said the world is empty. It's just like it's just Link by himself. But I still want to play so fucking bad. I want that too. So it's hard to choose. It's like I do want to get a PlayStation 4 because of Horizon and God of War is coming out soon. But then it's like Legend of Zelda.
Wait for the emulator. You can play on your
Hey,
I doubt it.
What are you gonna do if you kick yourself in the ass and? Because there is talks that, God of War might drop this year. We're like, damn, I should have bought the PlayStation 4.
I doubt it that God of War's dropping this year. I doubt it. But now, honestly, if they come out and say, okay, God of War's coming out this year, fuck, I may have to do it. I'm going to have to go broke. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm for real. I'm gonna sell some shit and fucking get it.
You're gonna come on E3 like surprise! It comes out holiday 2017.
You're like what?
God damn, Michael, you were right.
All right.
Then you get all excited, and then they delay it till 2018.
Then I would be like.
That's what they always do.
I can't. No, that would fuck me up. I'll be like, what? I was hype. My nipples were hard. Now you fucked me.
Well, like Andromeda, I mean, that got delayed twice. So, like, I'm used to it now.
Oh, shit. So you didn't already get screamed at the screen enough? You just,
oh, my gosh. I was so hyped for Andromeda. I mean, I'm still hyped, but it's like, then they pushed it back. I was like, okay, so they pushed it back. And then they pushed it back, and I was like, again, I'm never going to get to play it.
You know what? Like I said, I think as it gets closer to release, that's probably why I want the Switch, because it's almost here. You know what I'm saying? It's the new Nintendo, and people honestly, people who have actually had it in their hands and who have turned it on or played Legend of Zelda on it, they said it was nice. They actually said that it was really smooth. Getting the game to boot up was rather quick. Playing on the go was like very comfortable with when the shit's working. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. It's like I haven't heard anybody bash it yet. Like everybody who's had it hasn't said like, "Well, this shit is suck. It feels like a fucking cardboard box. This game is garbage. Legend of Zelda is terrible." I haven't heard any of that. It's all been positive so far.
The only thing I say, if I do get the Switch, I'm not taking it, go play mobile games like outside. It'll be
the moment they get a Pokemon game, you're gonna be like walking around playing your Pokemon everywhere.
Yeah, you already know.
Yes, you are. They're gonna come out with Pokemon Go Switch Edition, and you're gonna be out there playing it. Don't even lie.
Because I am not. because I've been waiting for so long to play Pokemon like on a 50-inch or 60-inch television.
Absolutely, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Mike. It's like that's like everything to me. You know, being able to play like an actual beautiful Pokemon game on at home. You know what I'm saying? Me and Terry already had this argument. You know what I'm saying? But
the first Pokemon game you're going to play is Pokemon fucking Go. It's going to be 3 years before a legit Pokemon game get released.
They had already said they were going to port over a special version of Sun and Moon. It's going to be a together version.
No. You don't want a port version. You want
that's what they're going to do first. They're going to port that first, and then, like Game Freak said a long time ago, they're doing a lot with the Switch as far as Pokemon. So I think that they're going to port it over. And then everybody's going to be like, why would I play on the 3DS when I can play an upscaled, better version, on the Switch? So, and people will
it's going to look like shit.
It's still going to be better than 3DS, though.
I don't know. It's going to look like shit because they're not going to do anything to it but just, like, blow it up.
Austin,
you can do that right now. Just plug
hold on.
There you go, Mike. You've been wanting
but it's not the same, though. It's not the same, though. We're talking.
It won't look pretty, but you can do it now.
But it's not the same. I agree with this. But didn't they just port over like a mobile? Well, no, it wasn't a mobile game. It was a what was it? Final Fantasy Zero or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
I forgot. They came out. It was a mobile game that they brought over to Xbox and PlayStation. They tried to sell for $60.
Right, but it was upscaled a little bit. It was they smoothed out all the edges, but that's what it's. It didn't look bad. It just depends on the game. Like upscaling a Pokemon game, it already like kind of looks good on 3DS. It just you can tell the resolution. It's like jaggies and shit. But like you put it on something. Hell, even 720. You do 720 internal resolution on that, and it's gonna look great. It's going to be smooth looking. You're going to get higher frame rates than the 3DS. I mean, people will pay that, and and I can I can play Sun and Moon on my TV at full 1080 at a better frame rate, and it's looking great. I mean that. Who's going to say no to that? Like, I won't. I can tell you as soon as that happens, people will start buying. They will start getting that Switch just because of it. I can play a better version on the Switch than the 3DS, and I can take it with me. So it's automatically going to happen. It's just I think they're going to port that first, and then they're going to come out with one specifically for the Switch. It's not going to be built. Awesome. They are. And Game Freak had already said they were fully dedicated. So and Game Freak do great Pokemon games. Hell, they're the ones who do the shit. But they do a good job. And
they gotta stop doing 2 games. Just make it all one game.
I'm with you on that. Just make one game.
Why have Sun and Moon or Emerald and Ruby or whatever else? Just make one goddamn game.
It's the money hustle. It's the money hustle.
It's that, and plus, I mean, with the Sun and Moon and the different games that you bring out each time they release one, there's different breeds of Pokemon in each one you buy.
Yeah, there's like different ones.
They can just put them in one game.
I'm with you on that, Terry.
You buy 2 games to get different breeds. Guess what? You go to this store to buy these breed. You can go to this shop buy this breed. Done deal.
Since this is brought up, can we just talk about how shitty Pokemon look now? They're so bad now.
I'm with you on that, dude. There's some ideas that, they need help with ideas.
Dude, like all those Alola Pokemon, they all look bad.
I didn't think they look
so bad.
They made the one Pokemon look like a straight dick. There's just one like a straight up dick.
That's when you know it's time to move on to another franchise.
Good luck with that. It's Nintendo.
Oh shit!
Pokemon makes them so
Nintendo hate is strong in this motherfucker.
That would be suicide.
Nintendo Mario. How old is? Hey, aren't Nintendo Mario about the same age as the elders here?
I think Mario's older. Mario's older.
Yeah, I think Mario's older.
Might be older.
I think Mario's what?
Mario came out way before.
Let me look it up. I'll look it up too. How old is Mario?
I say Mario came way before Pokemon.
Because I need to know if I'm older than Mario up in this.
Mario came.
Mario's 26 years old. Mario is 26 years old.
No. Mario was in Donkey Kong.
Exactly.
No, that wasn't him.
There
Yes, it was.
First appearance was in Donkey Kong in 81.
Yeah,
so
81. Okay, so 81 he would be 36. I'm fucking old as Mario. Damn.
When did Pokemon come out? Or say how old is Pokemon?
Wasn't that in the 90s?
Because it was Game Boy. It was old school Game Boy that it was on.
Yeah, it was an old school Game Boy.
Yeah,
Black
so
and
I'm
white.
thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking like 91, maybe 92.
This sounds about right.
Yeah. So it's about 26 years old.
Like I said, Mario's older, way older.
Yeah, Mario's older than Pokemon.
Oh, I was playing Mario back on my Atari.
No, you wasn't paying Mario on Atari. You had a bootleg game that somebody sold you, and you got shitty. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you right now, if you play Mario on Atari, you got ripped off.
He was playing Jumpman.
Yeah. That motherfucker said he played Mario. If you play Mario on
Pokemon came out in 95.
95, okay.
You don't remember the Atari game for Mario?
Ain't no fucking Mario Atari.
Yes, there is. Go Google
Hold
that
on.
shit.
I'm looking it up.
What did you just say, Mike?
I was about to say, go Google that bitch.
That's what he about to say. Bitch, he's about to do that shit. Let's see.
He's about to catch me outside.
Yeah. Let's see. Mario.
It was a.
God damn it, Mike! You fucking right, you piece of shit.
I told you, I played it. I own it.
I cannot believe that this. It did.
What is it
was
called?
Mario Brothers.
Thank
Atari
you.
2600.
Yeah.
It had Mario and Luigi in it.
Mario and Luigi, and it was basically them running to the edge of the screen. That was it. And shit.
And it had a paddle button in it.
Damn, you older than us, Mike. I can tell now. Oh shit.
I know. I've actually had that game Mike's talking about because you would kick turtles and crabs and
yes.
shit.
I'm looking at it right now.
It
looks like
one pipe to the other pipe.
Dude, it looks like dog shit. Like it's
on the Atari, everything looked like
God, this
was like an 8-bit game.
This shit, the fucking turtle shell looks like an equal symbol. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on here. This looks bad. Like oh god, this number munchers look better than this. Shit, Number Munchers at least had separate eye graphics and shit. Damn, this shit's garbage.
I know I'm the oldest gamer here.
We can tell. You thought that game was dope. That shit was garbage. Oh shit! All right, let's get off of Nintendo because I know everybody hated but me. So, okay, so let's talk about the open beta, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Are we playing it? Who's playing it?
I played the beta.
I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to.
Okay, what about you,
Austin?
Austin?
Bitch, I might be.
What's that?
Bitch, I might be.
All right.
I can see it right now. Terry's gonna boot it up. I'm gonna call. I'm taking calls right now. She's gonna play maybe 20 minutes. Fuck this game.
Right. She's gonna hold on.
She's gonna be like, probably making a character. And then everybody will be like, it was free.
Mike,
be like, I was still robbed.
Mike, you were just upset that it wasn't on Atari. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was sorry because it was on Atari. Damn.
Oh shit, I'm salty about that. I just knew I was fucking right. Damn. I can't believe that shit.
Over there. It's ColecoVision.
Right, ColecoVision. He's playing Smurfs on ColecoVision.
I had the Coleco. I had the Coleco also.
Suck. It just suck. It was like, how do you move the character? You just hope. Shit,
You want to take it even further back? I had the Commodore
This motherfucker
64.
said you just hope.
You're like, God damn, this shit is terrible. I'm telling you, I'm looking at this Mario shit and I want to fucking throw up. Like this shit looks like fucking pure piss. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were a kid and that came out, that looked like amazing back then.
Literally the warp zones are green squares. Like there's no definition to the warp zone. Two of the warp zones look like the letter Z, and It's just fucked up. What?
That was my jam back in the day. That game and Rampage.
Oh, I give you Rampage, but this shit right here. This shit, I'm gonna have to like fucking video game cite you for this one, dude. This one's bad, man.
Anyways, get back on track. So, like, what are you guys' opinions for Wildlands? I've been hearing mixed things on it.
I'll speak last.
Okay, I am my hype level was through the roof before I played it. After I played it, my hype level has lowered. Honestly, I still think it's fun, and you know, when I got into it, I was like, damn, this is kind of pretty and shit, you know. So it did look pretty good. I don't know. There was still some jankiness though. It was like, you know, I like the movement of Division. It was it moves like the Division a little bit, but there's some stiffness. It's like they added stiffness to those movements. Another thing is when you right click to aim down sight, you go into first person automatically. There's no third person aiming down sight. I don't think. Maybe that option wasn't available. There is.
Yeah.
Okay, so now is that in the options menu? Because I didn't really fuck with the options.
No, you just click. I didn't change it, so I don't remember. But you just click one of the buttons.
I think it's you hold the aim button.
Click one of the buttons. Yep,
right, I'm like every button on my fucking keyboard. Like, I don't know.
On the PlayStation 3, I think you hold down the aim button and you hit R3, and it gives you the
something
cross.
like that.
And it gives you the cross.
The cross instead of okay, all right. I'm gonna have to try that because I know it's probably similar. It's like right click and probably like one of these keys. So I'm gonna definitely fucking try it.
Dude,
but you know.
You're supposed to be the PC god. You're supposed to know the shit.
I know, but fuck, Ghost Recon is different. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, there's other games that let me fucking choose. This one is like, nope.
It's different now. I mean, Ghost Recon was always a set thing, and you know, they had a formula, and now they went and they, you know, erased that formula and started from scratch.
Yeah, I do like. Go ahead.
I was just saying that Ghost Recon's still the same. Like, it's still got the same feel to it. Like, all the Ghost Recons kind of feel the same. I mean, I didn't play Future Soldier, but every other one, it feels exactly the same. You still have your orders, and you still can call in like support and stuff.
Yeah, I know, and I do like the drone. The drone looks pretty good too. What would you say, Eddie? You're breaking up, sir.
All right. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I was saying it feels like the Division. It looks better than the Division, and I like the fact that when I customize my character, I can get him looking the way I want him to. And I mean, I ain't really got into it yet because every time I get ready to play it, some shit comes up. Like tonight, I had to fucking work.
I know you were like, yes. Oh wait, fuck, I gotta work.
I was, man. I had just started. I think Mike was online too, and I just cut it on. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and daggone. I was trying to set up to see what mission I had to do. Then this motherfucker called me talking about he needs to do something.
See, this is why you get caller ID there, Eddie.
Right. Yeah, fucking.
See, I can't decline. I can't decline because I'm on call 24/7. I'm the damn supervisor.
Oh damn! See, I didn't know that.
Damn, they be like, Eddie, you coming in?
I can't.
Bitch, I might be.
Bitch, I might be. Exactly. Bitch, I might be. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was.
He just dropped out or something.
He muted himself.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what was your take on Wildlands?
My take? I never played any of the Far Cry games, so I know everybody tells me it's like Far Cry, and I know Austin has said, you never played Far Cry? I said, no, I never played any of the Far Cry games.
Oh, you
but
really
I watched them, but to me it felt like Division with somewhat, and it's stealthy, it's pretty, but it can get boring and repetitive.
Was it like just all the fetch, you know, go save this person, drive 2 minutes, then go get this person and drive 2 minutes, then, yeah. I kind of felt a little bit of that.
Far Cry does.
That's what my thing was. I was like,
Far Cry
go do this mission, drive. Go do this mission, drive.
It's just as repetitive, something like GTA or anything like that. It's all
yeah,
for sure.
When you get bigger, like open world kind of things, that's gonna happen.
Not every game can be.
You do a lot of the same stuff.
Not every game can be Power Rangers, Mike. It's okay.
It's morphin' time. Yeah, that shit sucked balls. And he tried to get it. You remember that? Also, he was like, "Buy it, everybody! Let's get the fucking going." And it sucked like Paris Hilton. Like sucked. It sucked.
That's definitely how I feel about it. It's a meh to me. Now, I went and played it another time with 4 other people, and it was fun because we were doing comedic things and making each other laugh and having a good time with it. But other than that, it can get boring real quick.
There were some, like I said, jankiness though. I mean, like I was driving to one of the missions, and one of the guys that was in his seat literally teleported to the top of the car. And he was driving on top of that bitch. I'm like, what is this? But it is open beta, so you really can't expect a super polish on that. But I just thought, and this shit happened to me twice, so it was just really weird that happened.
I didn't have any idea that.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff happens, even on like Uncharted 4. Like today on Uncharted 4, I went and I did a stealth takedown, and my guy proceeded to walk through a wall, grab the guy, pull his ass back through the wall, and slam his face into another wall. And I was like, "What?"
He's a molecular man. He can change
like,
his
what
structure.
And he's like, "Okay, we're gonna walk through this wall and grab this guy. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That works."
So
but,
Terry, have you had a chance to really get on it? Like, because I know we're supposed to play this Saturday, but like, have you really had like a solo effort on it yet?
I haven't played it at all. I just have Wildlands downloaded. I haven't booted it up. I haven't done anything with it because I wanted to save it for the stream, so that way any first impressions I would have live on stream versus like, okay, I played it, now I'm streaming it, and I'm kind of like I need to have that first time reaction. Like,
all right,
right there,
I'll give you this, Terry. I know I kind of missed out on that by booting it up, but it was like I couldn't fucking help it. But I only played 45 minutes, so if that tell you anything, I didn't really do much. But out of the 45 minutes, that was my take on that. It was just, I like the drone. I do like that it's like Division, but you can actually headshot somebody and shit. One dome shot, boom. They're fucking down. It's not emptying 20 clips into their cheek, like I always say, and nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do like that aspect. Maybe I need to play it a little more, so Terry will definitely go through the paces, and believe me, I won't fuck you over like Mike, because Mike will have you dead as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, I know. I was streaming last night, and then Mike comes in. I just landed a chopper on my teammates. And I was like, "You did what?"
How the fuck do you do that? It's supposed to be right with you.
And then he comes back in, like maybe about 30 minutes or an hour later. I kind of dropped a grenade and killed my whole team. I was like, how do you do something like that?
So we know we ain't playing with Mike.
Blow up your whole team.
Like, no wonder he didn't like it.
Right, because he kept fucking failed.
Well, I dropped the helicopter on her head. She didn't die or anything, but it was funny. She was driving the car, and I didn't know where she was at the time, so I jumped in the copter and I found her the arrow. So I started flying the copter towards her, and then I didn't know how to land the thing. So
wait, hold on. What? See,
so I just pushed I think the button to make it go down and to land was L2 on the PlayStation 3, and I just held the L2 button down and just dropped
PlayStation 3, Mike?
Bam! Huh?
PlayStation 3?
Yeah, PlayStation
3. PlayStation 3.
PS3 now forwards compatible.
But no, so I held L2 down and just dropped bam right now. She's like, holy shit!
I definitely fared much better in my 45 minutes than he did. Like I said, the only thing that happened was the fucking dude teleported from inside the car to the top of it. And that was not my fault. That was game glitch. So
now, the other thing I didn't like was, where you don't have it doesn't show you a blue line or anything. Like in the Division, when you go chuck your grenade, it doesn't give you a distance where it's going to go or where you're going to aim it at. So that's why That's why I threw the grenade on the wall.
Fallout BS where you just chuck it and you don't know where it's going to go.
You have to guess.
All right.
You have to guess, and that's why I blew my.
That makes sense. Like in Fallout, I do not throw grenades ever in that game because too many times they bounced off the ceiling back in my face.
I'm gonna tell you what Mike did. Mike had his camera looking at the ground. He pulled out the grenade and tossed it, and it landed right at his feet next to everybody and shit. And it blew his ass up.
I think it was like the third mission or something. We were going stealth. Me and my teammate were
stealth. You don't know how to do stealth. That was your first mistake for those that were playing with. To take Mike on a stealth mission.
Right, Mike on a stealth mission. You might as well just like fucking.
Mike on stealth.
You know,
okay, no less you leave his ass behind. Maybe that's why she left your ass in that parking lot before, right?
She said, "Fuck him. He's bullshit. I'm gone."
That was funny, see? But no, she's like, "Let's do stealth," because I was doing, just going there, guns a-blazing, alerting everybody and destroying everything.
Hell no, I don't believe that.
Mike don't do stealth. Mike don't do stealth. Like I
don't do stealth. So she's like, let's do stealth. What? So we sneak in this room and everything. I open up the door. You see all the enemies in there, and we have to go rescue this person. So I'm like, see like 10 enemies right there. As soon as they open the doors, I'm like, let me throw the grenade in there. And like I said, it doesn't give you the aim where you're aiming the grenade or anything.
So you're guessing. He says, let's do stealth, and your first idea was to throw a grenade through a damn door.
Damn right!
Right. So he's like, good luck, everybody.
That's stealthy. That's stealthy. Let's just start throwing explosions everywhere. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is the most least stealthy move I've ever seen. Let's go in stealth. I got a grenade. Motherfucker, everybody's after us now. Shit.
She about died laughing because, like I said, I threw the grenade. It bounced off the wall, of course. And I was like, oops. Run!
Yeah, Terry. I'm glad his ass ain't playing Ghost Recon with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we would be fucking dead and triggered at the same fucking time. I'll be rolling, but then I'll be mad at the motherfucker too. I'll be rolling and pissed. Terry just be yelling at the screen. Fuck you, Mike! The fuck! You got us killed. We almost said we have one more dude.
Danny and I are gonna be sneaking around into the, trying to sneak up behind some guy, and hear me Mike walking, right down the
clear
street.
View and shit. What's up, y'all? Motherfucker, get your ass back! You know what I'm saying? Get your fucking ass back.
We jumped in the car together, me and my teammate. And she was driving, and I'm hanging out the window shooting like enemies that are coming at us. And she decapitates my head. She's like, David, I got you. I was like, goddamn. I said, you got my head off.
See, that's why.
That's payback from dropping a grenade and telling everybody.
Mike,
that's payback. The least you could do is lose your head, Mike.
Absolutely, you landed a fucking chopper on her, dude, and you probably blew her up too with a fucking grenade.
I did. I killed the whole team.
Good. Oh yeah, we need to block his ass. Nope.
She's like, I got you. I decapitated your ass. I got
you. So you know what, Terry? You know what? We'll get a good gist of it on Saturday. So we'll put some real time in on Saturday. We'll probably put a couple hours in and see how far we get. But I'm still kind of hype. It's just I'm not hype as I was. But I think it's open beta, so I have to kind of forgive it for certain things right now. Plus, I only played 45 minutes, so I didn't really get the full fucking gist of it anyway. So we'll get a real good gist of it, and on the next show we'll talk about our impressions and shit. But actually, I think it'll come out right. I think it's what, March 7th.
March 7th.
When is the next show? It will be. Pitch I might be. No, it'll be the 3rd. So we'll be right before, so we can't talk about the beta still. So we'll give our full impressions on the next show. Okay. So and also, let's see. Neo. That's another thing that I want to talk about too. Neo. It sold 1 million copies. Like, that is good. I mean, that's full fucking success, right?
Yeah, that's full success.
They got things going for them with that. It's got that Dark Souls aspect for gameplay, and it's got the, ancient Japanese culture thing going for it. People love the samurai shit, so, they're hitting a lot of a lot of niches to get people into that. So
you know what, Neo wasn't really. I mean, it was marketed, but you know, it wasn't marketed like everything else. I think that word of mouth was real big for it. I think it just everybody was just like, get this shit, and it just spread like wildfire. You know, and it ended up being like, you know, listed as straight up AAA, because I don't think Neo, even though it looked good when people played like the betas and shit, I don't think people expected it to be kind of like AAA. You know, maybe just a great game, but nothing like that. But now it's on that list. It's on that list of Sony has another AAA. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that good.
Team Ninja made that game, right?
I think so, yeah.
They're the ones who made Ninja Gaiden.
Gaiden?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Gaiden,
Oh, Terry, like, nope. Gaiden. You know what? There's talks about it coming on PC. Ooh, I know Eddie probably triggered even though he ain't here, but
I don't see it coming to PC.
they talked about it. They said that
They can talk about it, but that's two different things.
They said
It's like
that they said they were exploring avenues on the PC. They weren't real specific. They just said they were exploring some avenues of it. So, you know,
I say anything is possible. All it takes is one company to make a deal with another company, and it happens. So anything's possible.
Oh, shit. You see what Austin tagged us in? Look at this shit, Terry. And please tag Mike in it, too. Oh, yeah, you got him tagged in there. Look at... They got the dude throwing a grenade and blowing everybody up. You gotta see this shit. That is Mike in a fucking nutshell right there. Like,
they're lucky it was just a flash grenade. That would have been bad.
It would have been blood particles every goddamn where and shit. So, you know, definitely I'm glad that he's not playing. But yeah, Neo is I think it's one of those games that is just, it just blew everybody's mind. It was just like, it's like Souls. It's actually pretty beautiful, right? Like, I haven't really had a chance to really sit up close and see it, but Mike, you seen it, right? It's really gorgeous, right?
It looks good. I played the beta. It's pretty and everything, but it's not my type of game because, like I said,
It's
too
wrecking
much.
Your shit.
Too technical for you.
Too technical. Too technical.
Right.
I don't
He
have
needs to be able
patience to sit there.
If Mike can have a gun,
for hours.
he ain't playing a game.
Mike play games like this.
I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen. I have a.
That's how you play games.
Yeah, I think it was the open beta. I played the open beta and I got to like the first boss or whatever. No, I didn't even get to the first boss. It was like the first enemy I got to. You had to sit there, roll, dodge, roll, defend. I'm like, and I died every freaking time. I was like, fuck this game. I'm done.
He's like, give me a damn gun.
Right. Like motherfucker, ain't no gun and no fucking brawler. I mean, what do you expect? You just want to shoot all the samurai, dude? That is so weird. Nope.
He wanted a grenade.
Exactly.
Oh, you got a sword? Bitch, I got a grenade.
Hell with the grenade or a gun. Give me a slingshot.
Bitch, I might be.
I'll hit you in the head.
What, did you say a slingshot?
I said slingshot. Give me a slingshot or something.
What are you doing?
Dude, you'll be fucking wrecked.
All you're gonna do is piss him off, and he's gonna come rage mode all over you.
Austin, he will be wrecked, dude. You show up with a fucking.
He's like, oh, there's a demon lord over there. Let's go, flick it with this pebble.
Dude, you can't even beat Super Mario with a fucking slingshot, dude. No way, man. You would be wrecked instantly, dude. Instant. It just dead. You might as well just stay at the dead screen. Don't fucking continue. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
Nah, it won't be that way. I'll be sipping on my scissors.
Oh shit!
Oh my God,
Mike is
Sipping on some scissor. Sipping on some scissor.
Oh shit! But yeah, they did say that they were, like you said, they were exploring avenues on PC. That's what they said. They didn't say, hell yeah, it's coming out for PC and it'll be, no, they just said they're exploring some avenues. So if it does come out on PC, I'm definitely grabbing it. But, if God of War comes out before it does, then I'll grab it on PlayStation 4. But right now, if it does come out on PC, day one, I will cop it instantly.
I'm feeling right now. I'm telling you, I got some money on it. You're going to buy a PlayStation 4 within a couple weeks.
If I do want Horizon,
He's stuttering.
Horizon is looking pretty dumb. I'm fully
Exposed.
but still, God, I don't even know what to say and shit. I do want it. I want God of War. It's like I want those two. Like those two will make me buy the console. God of War and Horizon for sure.
Well, if you wait for your God of War, your Horizon will be super cheap by then.
Absolutely. Then I can get the bundle. I can get the Horizon God of War bundle.
I think they're actually having a bundle with Horizon there, Danny.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, but he can get the God of War bundle. He can get the special God of War PlayStation, and then he can buy, Horizon for like $25, and he'll be good.
$20. Get it for $20. So I had $20 Horizon.
I know my boy Danny. He's day one. He likes those day one games.
Absolutely. Day one for God of War. God of War, I don't give a fuck who made it. Capcom could have made God of War, and I'm still day one for me, because God of War is the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if they did it, only people I
make like a side-scrolling God of War, like Pac-Man or something. You're like hopping around.
Oh my God.
With your sword chains or something. Like, what?
They make God of War like a top-down shooter. That would be fucking shitty.
Or like God of War. You guys play Shovel Knight, right?
Yeah.
I have not.
Shovel Knight's amazing, Terry. You got to check that out.
Terry.
I think that would be good for one of your playthroughs.
It's been requested for me to play it. It's just I got to get to it.
Shovel Knight is not to get on a little tangent about Shovel Knight, but Shovel Knight is definitely like an ode to like what old school gaming is about, and it's also kind of modern too. It's updated, but I love the way Shovel Knight handles things. Like the controls are like ultra tight. You know what I'm saying? The story it actually has a really good like fucking story, 8-bit story and shit. And it's one I think Terry you would love it because it has style.
I only played like 2 or 3 levels, but it has some good puzzles in it.
It does. It has good fucking
and that's why you
puzzle
quit,
and
Mike?
shit.
That's why you quit.
First level.
I quit.
See? Like, there's freaking puzzles in this game. Nope.
The first platform came up, you tried to jump it, got out, quit.
Gears of War 5, it's going to have puzzles in it.
Hell yeah. Gears of War 5 is going to be a card battle game.
You gotta figure out the puzzle, to get some counterweights to open up a mechanism to get the door to open to fall on the monster.
Right, ain't no wide vistas. It's all corridors. It's all corridors.
Mike will be like, nope, I no longer support Gears.
Nope.
I think it was God of War 1 when I ran into like the first puzzle. I was on it for like 3 or 4 hours. You got to push stones, and like you had to push the stones. Remember them, Danny? And you had like them side by side.
I just did that recently. Well, not recently, but like a month or so ago, I did that puzzle where the chick is like hanging and she keeps hollering at you to hurry up or whatever.
Yes. It took me like 2 or 3 hours. I was raging. I was like, God damn it, what the fuck was I do? I didn't want to quit because I love the game, but I didn't quit. I finished it and got it done. After I called my ex-mother-in-law.
Just because my game wasn't loading.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
But I called up my ex-mother-in-law because she loves God of War just as much as I did. Because this is how you do it, Mike. She's walking right through it on the phone.
Oh, I know you were salty as fuck, dude. You felt small than a bitch.
I did feel small.
You like, damn, my mother-in-law wrecked God of War, and I'm fucking failing.
I was like, my mother-in-law was 50 years old, and she's telling me how to beat this game. I was like, what the hell's coming to me?
Oh, Mike, that is so bad, dude.
That's bad.
Mike. Oh.
This is like when YouTube wasn't, important and everything. I'm like, oh my god.
Dude. Oh my god, Mike. Hold on, I'm trying to find your gamer card credentials right now so I can revoke them bitches. Let's go. I think I gotta register with the state, but whatever, man. I'm gonna file a complaint on Mike, because that shit is not supposed to go down. All right. Okay. All right. So it looks like we have come to the end of the show. We do have the final round left. Does anybody want to grab it?
I want to say something small.
Okay, you want to say something small? All right. So
Yeah.
we have Big Mike in the
Final round.
go.
I know everybody's hyped and been playing For Honor. I know there's reasons I'm not playing because it's not my type of game. But also, what I've heard and talked with my friends about, that why would you make a game that you can play and level up and get stronger and better, and also make it where you have to play to win? I mean, I pay to win.
Mm-hmm.
So why would Ubisoft do something like that? I got some of my friends right now telling me that these people are already high level because they paid to get to those levels.
I don't know.
But I just want to.
The money.
That's just something I want to.
Yeah, but there's a lot of games that do that. I mean,
That's
WoW
retarded,
does that,
though.
doesn't it? And even Destiny, you could buy the thing to do a quick 50 levels or whatever.
No, you can't buy levels on Destiny.
Yeah, they have those coin thingies you can buy or whatever.
The boost or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Even freaking Siege, Mike. You've bought XP boosters on Siege, even. So I mean, you yourself have bought XP boosters to level up faster, and now you're knocking somebody else who did it.
Mike is
I
like,
just
This I might be.
they do have
He's
the
like,
boosters.
why
I
would they
thought
go make a game where you can buy your levels when this guy here has bought XP boosters?
XP boosters. You know he did, cause he can't
I know
make it through the
he has.
game. He got to be level
He plays
50 at
Monster
start.
Games, and he buys that stuff, and now he's talking shit. Shut up, Mike.
I saw Mike play that fucking. He was raiding the boss and shit, and his ass got wrecked constantly. Like,
I guarantee
damn.
you, if they had that in your Final Fantasy 15, where you could buy a booster or something till quick level,
No.
I guarantee you would have done
I
it.
guarantee I would because I
Yes,
guarantee
you
I would.
would. Yes,
'cause
you
I like-
you
No,
would.
I guarantee I would. I guarantee I would.
I can
I'm not saying. She's exposing
I go
herself.
do this boss now. Yes,
She's
you
exposing
would.
herself.
You
No, I
would.
wouldn't. You know why? Because I like to grind. On those type of games, I can grind for hours.
You still would have bought it. You still
Nope.
would have bought it.
You would have
Yep.
bought it, Terry.
No, I would because I hate that game. I threw that damn thing out.
She's like, fuck grinding. I don't want to grind. I'm going to buy me a boost right now.
I grind on games that I have fun on, not ones that irritate the crap out of me.
So you said that Final Fantasy was Smorfest. Me, I didn't. I thought it was amazing.
That game, no.
Such a great. That game was great.
Nope.
She's like, nope.
She said, nope.
Nope.
Yep,
Now, quiet.
Terry was
Now,
like,
quiet.
Bitch, I want my motherfucking money back.
Exactly. Now, Quiet was in the chat. He even said it's a Snorfest. He didn't care for it, but me, I loved it.
I lost viewers playing Final Fantasy. People were like, "Best game," and they all left. I was scared them away. I had to go and switch games, and then Mike laughed because he got mad that I switched games. I was like, Mike.
I did. I got salty. I was salty, Terry.
It's like he got salty. It's like Mike, you're costing me all my viewers right now, man. Nobody wants to see this shit.
oh shit.
I was eating popcorn, enjoying your stream, and
I had
everything.
more people interested in watching me play Farm Sim than playing freaking Final Fantasy 15.
Oh shit.
That game's a snooze fest.
I think she lying. Yeah.
No, that's actually true.
Now you're
Really?
gonna play Final Fantasy. Hold on. Now, once Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out, you gonna play it?
No.
She's like, nope.
Nope. Fuck that game. Nope. That's what she said.
Alright. I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy. I didn't like them growing up. You know, I decided to give him a second chance with 15 because they said this was the end-all be-all game for people who were not fans to, jump in and become fans. I went on faith that they would finally pull me in. Nope.
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 Quiet said he died out of boredom watching you play it.
I was like, I'm so done. That game made me so angry. I had so many issues. Oh my gosh. The raid, because for whatever reason, I ended up having a buggy ass game, and everybody else, is having this beautiful, perfect gaming experience. Not me. I had the crap version. They did me wrong. So no,
they know Terry got it. Like,
so I'm sorry, Square Enix. I mean, I love you guys, but when you guys come out with that reboot for 7, I ain't buying it.
Oh, you know you are though.
No,
she is buying.
Well, Joel's gonna buy and he'll play it, but I'm not gonna freaking.
She blaming it on Joel and shit. She blaming it on Joel and I'm
Joel's gonna buy it because 7.
Why the fuck you lying?
All right. I think we have come to the end of the show on that note. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for watching. We had a great time. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Mike. Fuck you, Eugene, but thank you anyway. Preston, Eddie, you guys are great. And, I'm glad you guys came out and did the show. I really appreciate it. And, shit. Catch us next Friday on this channel, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. You know how it is. And we'll check you guys out. I'm trying to do more video. I want to do another, not really a show, but we kind of talked about doing, another video, something with video. Like news or something. So we'll add more of that type of content to the channel. So be on the lookout for that. And thank you. And peace out. Here we go. Yeah. It's the platform. We're the platform. It's the platform. It's the platform. It's the platform.